it was a baby, it would have been. Can you hear me? I don't know if you was hearing me. Hello.
Yeah, I wasn't saying shit. I was just
okay.
to make all the noise in the world.
All right, cool. Shit.
Hold on 1 second. Don't go live yet. I am recording though.
Are you recording?
I just started it.
Well, if you recording, then we live. I mean, because as soon as you hit record, then the streaming starts. Oh yeah, so we've been live for 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Oh shit.
Yep.
I know that, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Midlife Mike. My co-host Curtis, and we are the duo that brings you Post-Nut Clarity Show, Post-Nut Clarity Podcast. We don't know yet, it's getting off the ground. But as you can see from our title down there, what's wrong with the WNBA? And it's not really clickbait. It's not really clickbait because the point is, what's wrong with the NBA? We don't mean that it's not getting views or it's not being promoted. It's kind of like, why is it being promoted the way it's being promoted? Why is these two women still the face or the buzz of it? What, halfway into the season by now?
Yep.
My take is that it's still so new. Okay, this is new when it comes to the buzz. When it comes to, okay, people got eyes on it. I mean, it's been a running joke for the last 20 years. No one watches it. Cool. The last 2 years, we knew these two girls was coming in from college. They battled 2 years ago. We just knew they was coming, so we prepared for this. And in this day and age of social media, this sells. On what they're gonna do, who's gonna be rookie of the year. So I believe that the reason why we're having so many stars or other WNBA players is being overlooked when this is the most eyes on them is because the media or anyone that's still trying to get looks, likes, clicks is still going off of these two narratives. And so they're pushing it. It's almost like now it's not us saying we want to see these two. It's the media saying this is all we got. So they don't even know how to market or push a kill, like me and Kurt was saying offline. He was saying it's so many other ones. Kelsey Plum. What was the girl's name from Notre Dame? You were saying?
Enrique Agumbawale. I had to make sure I pronounced it right. And they playing tonight.
And they balling. So it ain't even like they just being good. They balling. And this is what was supposed to be these two girls bring the eyes, and we're dropping the ball as media because we're not spreading it. We're like, yeah, then y'all want to come see Caitlin and Angel? Yeah, but now it's y'all duty to grow the game. Let's see Kelsey. Right. Let's see. So yeah, I think that's my take on what's wrong with the NBA. It's the media not knowing how to promote it now that they got the eyes on it.
That's a bona fide fact. So I pulled up a few stats. Put my Clark Kent song right here. So, like we was talking about earlier, basically, all we ever hear about is Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. They both rookies. So, what you're doing is you're already alienating the whole rest of the league by focusing on two people. That's number one. And then you're ignoring all of the other ballers that's out there. So, for instance, there's a couple stats. The Indiana and Chicago are 11-14 and 10-14. They're in 7 and 8 place. Okay. New York Liberty, 21-4. We don't hear anything about them. Best team in the league. Connecticut Sun was 9-0 to start the season. Didn't hear anything about that. You barely heard about it. Seattle, 17-8. Las Vegas, 16-8, with the number one player in the league on their team. That's about the only team you really see a lot on ESPN is the Aces, because they're the champs and they got the number one player. Minnesota 16-8, Phoenix 13-12. Everybody else after that got Angel and your girl included. Okay, go to their team, Chicago and Indiana. So right there, you're not covering your top three teams: the Liberty, Connecticut, and Seattle. You're not covering them. You're not promoting them. The Liberty has Sabrina Ionescu and Stewie. So let me see. The Connecticut, I don't think they really have a real star. Well, hell, none of them are real stars for that matter, because we would know their names already. But I think it's Leah Thomas. She played for Connecticut, number 2.
Who's on the Liberty? Who's there? I didn't mean to cut you off. Who's the big? It's
Brianna Stewart. Brianna Stewart. That's Stewie, and then Ionescu.
All right.
And then I think okay, so we got Seattle. Let me see who is there. I don't know who their big. Oh, Shanae Gumake is their star, and that's because she on ESPN.
Okay.
So that's why we know who she is. And then let's see. Minnesota. They don't really have anybody that stands out as a star that you would know about. So all these teams are better than this, but you don't hear nothing about them. Nothing about them. No coverage. Stats. So everybody talk about Caitlin Clark. She a rookie, right? So she leading rookies in assists and points. That's it. Out of points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, 3-point percentage. She don't even have the best 3-point percentage out of the rookies.
Okay.
She's made the most. She's made second most in the league, but she don't have the best percentage.
Hey, do you know who the best is? I mean, because I know it don't matter, but I just wanted to know if I know the name.
You probably don't. Her name is Dolson. I forgot her first name. Her name is Dolson, and she plays for Washington. She's number 1 in 3-point percentage, 48.5. So she's slinging that shit, or she ain't taking a lot of shots. One of the two. Number 2 is somebody named Xander Linsky from Minnesota. She had 47, 46.9 basically. Carlton from Minnesota at 45, and Smith, all 3 of them from Minnesota. Smith at 43.4. The worst one on it. Oh no, hold on. I'm bullshitting. Hold on. 1, 2. No, Howard from Atlanta. Okay, at 42.4. I was about to say they got 4. You know, they got 3 of their best shooters in the league, best 3-point shooters in the league, percentage-wise, in Minnesota. Okay. We ain't heard about none of them. Like, come on. And tonight, I guarantee you, Kumba Wale gonna eat her lunch.
Okay,
that's what he used to play in Notre Dame. Yeah. So now Minnesota ain't that good.
It's Minnesota against Indiana.
Yeah, tonight. No, Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah. Arika Gumbawale took it down. But she cold. And she's third in the league, 22 points a game.
Okay.
Asia number 1 at 27. And Cooper from Phoenix at 23-2. So
I thought it was gonna be Rihanna. Okay.
She's not even in the top 5.
Damn.
Collier from Minnesota at 20, and then Lloyd from Seattle at 20.
Okay.
So, and if you notice, all these teams I'm talking about all got these are all top 5 teams with all these players in these spots.
Okay.
And we're not hearing anything about it. So the one stat I didn't pull and was average attendance over the last couple seasons. Because everybody's like, oh, they about to bring all these eyes, they about to do that. I wanted to get the Caitlin Clark games versus all the other games. How people's stats were for attendance.
Now
But
I would say overall right now, I have no stats to say this. This is just an overall feeling from just watching, peripherally watching. I would say that their in-game, in-house has risen. The ticket, and just because like sometimes when I did catch a game, they would be we're sold out for the first time since yada yada or sold out ever. So that just gotta mean like if they, it's just like saying when you're the first black something or the first woman. If you're saying this is the first time we're sold out, that means that okay, I'm just trying to extrapolate that. Okay, yeah, the ticket sales are going to be better than probably every other year they ever had because of this swell. And so to piggyback on everything you said with the stats and everything like that, I want to ask this question: what can they? Okay, this is one of those strike while the iron is hot. And even though sometimes the women are kind of eating on themselves, and the older vets they ain't that good with the young ones and all that. That aside, because I know that's like dropping the ball. But what would you do if you had the reins of the promotion of the marketing to say, man, this is the best. This is in 20-some years we haven't had this to where people. I don't care if it's good attention or bad attention. We got the attention. What would you do with this?
Basically, what I've been saying with all these stats is alluding to showcase stars. You look at the NBA, you got LeBron, Steph, John Morant, Anthony Edwards, AD, Luka, Kyrie. You got a plethora. Every team got somebody that everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that here. So that's what I'm saying. These games, okay, so you got Caitlin Clark. Okay, so ESPN has been 30% on the fever, 70% on their opponent.
Right.
Same thing with Chicago. You already coming to see Angel Reese. So let's focus on that. Second of all these days, and not just Saturdays and Sundays when people out and about because it ain't football and basketball. Throw some spots in there where you're doing some background on, Cameron Brink, your number 2 overall pick.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Give me some background on her. Give me some background on Cardoso. And run them during the times that you run, your other let's say like when you run that 30 for 30 on the off night that's coming on at 8:00. Like talk about that during the day and plug it during ESPN's prime time so that people know, okay, you know what? I ain't know a girl, is the only one in her family and she came from, Puerto Rico, like straight from Puerto. I have no idea if that's really her story, but I'm just saying, if that's what they were doing, you go, okay, cool. And then you got, like I said, a girl, Goomba Wale, I keep mentioning her because I like her game. And she don't get talked about enough. But like, if you really gave them the same profile and promoted them just their season, you promoting USA men's basketball, you promoting, Bronny, you promoting all this other shit. So this is when they should be getting their shine. So now when it comes to, Indiana getting ready to play somebody, it's like you really know that, okay, it's Caitlin Clark and so and so and so and so and so. And what about Leah Boston? She a two-time champ. Yeah. And she her big man. Mm-hmm. She her center, but she don't get no shine. She get the next, promote her more. You already know about Caitlin, promote her more. Like I said, people coming, they coming to see Caitlin, period. One of my boys was out of town, was like, yeah, bro, we timed up this trip because we knew so-and-so Indiana was going to be out here playing. And they went to the game.
Right.
But that game, first of all, and not to cut you off, but you said sold out.
Right.
Sold out, WNBA sold out. It's different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because sold out for them is 18,000, 20,000.
15. Yep. Yep.
You know,
After that.
but for a regular game, oh, I got them stats too, dog. It's terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would promote the shit out of them during, like I said, if I'm sitting up there watching SportsCenter all day and you plug, you could take that same, 15-second clip, 20-second clip right after, you flash away from first take and talk about, the WNBA, blah, 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 player profile. And just have a quick blurb and some, them in action real quick. Show them making 2 or 3 of their best moves. And then, find out more later on when we're going to be featuring her tonight. We're going to be featuring this cat, somebody from a person from each team. Like I said, we don't know these motherfuckers, dog. We don't know them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know who you really like in college. Like I said, I know the South Carolina teams I follow. The couple stars, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. If you Cardoso if you watch South Carolina, But after that, and Cameron Brink, because she balling and she a tall ass blonde chick, so of course she gonna get some shine. After that, I promise you can't name. Well, I just gave you 4 of them already. You can't name another person in the top 12. I guarantee you. And I got the top 12 right here. I bet you can't name another.
Now, I can't name another one quickly. Like if you give me time, which is bad though. If you give me time and I'm sitting here thinking and having dead air, I'll come up with probably another 1 or 2. But that's bad. That's the point of what we even discussing. What's wrong with the NBA? And I would say everything you said I would do. The only thing that I probably would do more of is what they did in the late 80s, mid 90s until the Bulls did finally have an identity. I would push now I know this won't be accepted or liked by the women of the WNBA, just like I don't think the men liked it, but I would push the one dude, the one chick, like you said, Jordan, the Jordanaires. I remember that. Like I remember all the promotions of I'm a kid then, and they didn't promote the Bulls. They would say the Jordan and the Jordan heirs. I remember that, or they would be Isaiah and the bully. Somebody got to fall on their sword. Yeah, they gotta. It hurts. It's not like, but damn, Jordan and the Jordanaires. I ain't a Jordanaire. Yes, you are, because we're growing the NBA. Jordan putting the NBA on his back, and you too are. Everything that we're doing is making sure you get everybody got paid more than Jordan. Jordan, as we saw it, as the NBA was like, damn, we finna put our coattails on him, and then any other the Rain Man in Seattle, whoever it is, it's him, and then it's y'all, and it ain't no disrespect, but it is disrespect personally. But man, we trying to grow everybody. And that's a formula that I would use. I would be Caitlin and the Caitlinaires, whoever. I'm saying even if it's because Boston on that team, right? And she's the more. It'll be her, but more likely Caitlin. But the point is, Taraji. Asia, man, it will be that person.
Asian, yeah. I mean, I feel you like promote it where it's like they got a nickname on top of their nickname based off of their star player, like Asia and the Aces. That just fall into place because she played for the Aces. But I feel you. But if all that goes to making them, known. Dog, think about this. Yeah. What if every team had their own little starting 5 comic? Or not comic, but just like a drawing. Like every team starting 5 had them all animated up so that they, just so make people more interested. Oh, that's, whatever. Just little shit like that to be like, okay, that's, because now you're paying attention to now you got to see, okay, ooh, that's the Asia, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's the 5. At least I know 5 of them. Because they had the colors on, you've identified it. So now that you actually know, like you said, I can only speak on the people whose names I actually know. And you don't just because ain't none of them household except for those two, and the only names you know. Like I said, I know I know who Trae Young is. I know who Ben Simmons is. He's a bum.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I know his name. I know Patrick Beverly. I know what these are names. They promote these cats, and like I said, they can't want and off topic, but basketball. Focus on the basketball.
Yeah.
When you
that ain't
talking
off topic.
WNBA, when you talking WNBA, when you actually got them on Sports Center and it's their segment, talk basketball. Don't talk about Angel Reese being at the game with Jaylen Brown. Don't talk about how this demographic feels about Angel Reese and this demographic is against Caitlin Clark. We don't need to hear about that. We want to hear about the pick and roll. We want to hear about how they covering her. We want to hear about the other players out there. Like I said, we wanted to hear about the Connecticut Sun when it was on a 9-0 run. I want to hear about, like I said, I want to see as much highlights on Sabrina Ionescu hitting 30 as I do about Caitlin Clark having 20-some and 8 assists. And if I'm not getting all of that, then you're not promoting me right.
Hey, let me, and you know what? I want to interject one thing before I forget this point. We're in the age of the WNBA is I'm gonna do an analogy. The WNBA now is what the NBA was in the 70s, like that movie, right? So,
exactly.
but the fucked up part is that they're in this era and they're next to the NBA, which is what the NBA is. The NBA didn't have something next to them shining. And so they're looking at us, they're looking at the NBA and being like, but we want something of what y'all got. And that's not fair. Now, okay, wait, let me reword it. It's not fair for them to look at it like that and not realize that y'all gotta grow and y'all have to realize y'all growing with Big Brother right next to you. And just still have blinders on and grow your grassroots how we did without ever looking over talking about, but we want something like y'all got. We want a shoe deal. Nobody was getting that either. Magic and Bird, Converse, that's about it. And then so y'all gotta grow it just like we did. Y'all cannot cheat it, and y'all gotta practice and play and fucking jump and and do stuff that. And so this is another thing when you was talking about when we analyze the game like ESPN and them, they have to, like you said, stop with the fluff. You got to take a team. Okay, think about it. In a season, the Kings, they suck, right? They'll have a segment of breaking down how they suck, the plays and stuff, and how the coach need to be fired, and how these two, they need to stop treating them like women and treat them like the game and be like, hey, this team need to be blown up. I've never heard that. This need to be. They're talking around them. And they want to be accepted. So this is how you accept them, by giving them criticism like that, by saying you suck as a center. I don't know how. Like when we'll have what's that dude that went number 1, Ola Candy. We have nobody suck in the WNBA. And that's almost unheard of. No, it's got to be some sucky ass females that shouldn't deserve their 200,000. But we don't talk about it. I mean, and I'm just saying, you got to add that in with all the glory. You got to just make it real.
The overall quality still needs sharpening. Just flat out, when you really come down to it, the overall quality really needs sharpening. Because outside
Angel don't lay up the ball. Angel Reese don't lay up the ball, bro. She's never done a layup in her life. She sit there and she basket weaves that ball up from her hip. She's 6'3", you said? She's never laid the ball up in her life. And I don't know how can you teach a girl to say, man, lay the ball. Some do. You'll see a chick lay it up like a regular layup, and you say, okay. But when you see most of them flat-footed, when they get to the rim, they don't have every boy was taught 1-2, come off your certain foot with the certain hand. They come to a jump stop sometimes, a jump stop right at the rim, and then lay it up basket weave. And I'm like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. I mean, even outside of the stuff like that and the fundamentals. Like I was watching, I don't even remember who it was. I wasn't watching it a long time. It was just random, and I'm just watching like, okay, she went down and she made a move, whatever, and just was totally not. She made a pass to her teammate, and it was a bad pass, but it was a bad pass, and you could tell that the teammate had no idea what was getting ready to happen. Like no feel for like, okay, when I make this cut, the ball can be right there. It was like, I think she might do this, and she was like, she should probably do this, and then they were just both totally off. And then coming down the other way, Shorty missed the bun. Like it's a layup that she just should have made, and just didn't make it. Boom. The follow up didn't make that either. Okay, cool. Go the other way. Like it was 2 or 3 series of just sloppy play, and it wasn't like it was one of them frantic NBA players where he was stealing and oh no, he thought he had no, it was just we went down, we set up, and then we just did something that wasn't good, and then you just did something that wasn't good, and then you just took a jumper that like it missed, it claimed bad, like just a lot of like I see why y'all lose a record, y'all terrible, and like this isn't good to watch, and it's not like I've seen that. That's not every game. But that was that particular game. I'm like, in the past, that's kind of how it's been. Like, you get some nice plays, like what they show you on ESPN, but the whole rest of the game is like, ooh, this is not sharp. This is not good. It's like, and that's the other sad thing. You watch them in college. You watch some of these girls in college play very crisp basketball. So why isn't it translating now over here? Because them same girls, I looked at it. 10, 11 out of the last 3 picks, the last 4 picks, 3 of them are not in the WNBA right now.
Yeah.
Out of the top 12 picks, 12, 10, and 9 are gone. How is that? How?
You want to know? You want to know a bad take that I'm going to say about what you're saying? They don't practice for real. The coaches don't hold them accountable. I've been seeing practices and shoot arounds where they do more dancing and like, okay, you know how when you do a shoot around and you're doing that to get your form, to get a nice lather and to start the game. They're not doing the shoot around. They're more into the music. And I mean, and I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds like, come on, man, the dudes do too, whatever. Okay, if the dudes do it too, it's something about they do it too much, meaning the feet, or they don't got time to do it at all. If you know when you on the court when we was kids and we knew the motherfucker when you was talking about them plays, them series of plays that was bad. You knew who to pick and not to pick when it was time for you to pick. What you're saying is when you see them games and you see them series, you wouldn't pick them players. You'd be like, man, just because of these series of plays, that's how y'all play within the whole game. Yeah, we had them highlights. But I see you. You're not good throughout. Right. Players that's just good don't have these series of breakdowns that y'all are doing. Like you said, y'all not cohesive. And so you wouldn't pick them on your run. You would be like, man, let me get, or you will start picking from each team that you knew at least they could feel each. So that's what you're saying. And you know what, too, bro? We all see it. That's what I'm talking about when the whole thing I was saying, we don't say it, though. We say it for the NBA. We'll say a whole Shaq and the Fool. Come on. We'll just hold each other accountable. But so, I mean, and I want to make this a whole nother thing, but we bring that no accountability into the WNBA.
If they tried to do a female Shaq and the Fool, so many women's groups, and people would be like, "Oh, you're trying to demean them," and whatever. JaVale McGee would be like, "Are you serious, bro?"
Right.
Like, I almost came to real life blows with Shaquille O'Neal over this show. Are you gonna tell me this? Come on, man. Come on.
So is that, bro? Caitlin Clark form is like a dude. So people will say, well, why we got to play like a dude? Because it's not a dude you're playing like the most optimal way to play that game. If you're doing golf and you know that certain twerk of your hips and that only use your bottom and what they were saying, and that's how you're going to get the ball to go to maximum yardage, you don't say, but girls do it like this. Cool though, right? But don't expect anything that come with the other form. The other form though, almost the layup gonna always go in. When you jump stop and sit up there and do a two-handed push up to the man, you using the first of all, you ain't practiced enough because most dudes don't even think about, oh yeah, the backboard, oh yeah, that square. I see him thinking about the square, bro. I see him. I see, like we think about the square, but it's now tactile memory. It's muscle memory. It ain't,
Right.
man. We
Right.
know
You
every
see
bit of
it,
that square.
and you just know that's where exactly where I'm going. Not like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking for it as soon as I see it, I know. Okay, bam, I'm going right for that corner, that right next to the line, right here.
Right.
I'm just looking for that spot so I can get it there. Not
It's cool.
okay.
Yeah,
Not
you know the bank.
I can hit it
Square.
right there. Yeah.
Right.
And you're not
And
sure if it's gonna work. You expect it to work, bro, every time because I know that I've shot 1,000 of these, and if I just turn and see that inch off the left corner from this angle with this trajectory, it should be butter.
you shocked when it don't work. You like, ooh, just a little something was off, huh? They
Yeah,
hope it
and
go in.
you can feel it. I mean, like I said, we talking about once again, this is the rest of it, not the standouts, the rest of it. You know, we ain't talking about Tarasi. You know, we're not talking about, we're talking about the majority. And I tell you, this is the difference. So let's say by the time the crowd come in and they see, the Cavaliers and the Pacers doing a last 45 minutes of 30 minutes, 45 minutes of shoot around before the game, that's okay. They may be a little looser, just trying to get loose in the music and trying to get in the zone, whatever. But they've already put up. And not only, like I said, we ain't talking about Steph, or we ain't talking about Donovan Mitchell. We're talking about, the dude that's seventh on the team. 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, he was out here getting up 100 shots, 200 shots. He was doing all his floor drills. That's the initial warm up. Then you go back, stretch, whatever, re-shower, get your actual game shit on that you're gonna wear, your fresh dry. Okay, cool. I'm looking good, feeling good. Now when you go out for, I got my game shoes on now, instead of my warm up shoes. Now I'm going out there. This lather is just okay. I don't want to get too tired. I just want to make sure my stroke is consistent. Wow. So that's what you see when it's relaxed and it's like, yeah, I don't have to shoot 100 shots no more. I just want to, boom, okay, from this spot. So right, yeah, game feel. Now we got the crowd in here. We got the lights a little different. You got background. Okay, let me make sure everything okay, it's on point. Okay, oh, that's my song. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna get a few steps in here. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. This is gonna be my 2-minute chill. I'm gonna relax, my stretch. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to this nigga, whatever. And I'm gonna go get some work. That's a whole different dynamic. When they coming out, like I said, they're not out there 3 hours before the game, and then they're coming out again. But that's your 45 minutes, hour warm up. Hey, that's it. That's everything. So everything you're doing, if you're out there dancing, socializing, and making sure that your hair is in place, and all the other good stuff.
Your shorts rolled up, man. Your shorts rolled right, man. Yo, you seen that clip of them females asking, man, how do you roll your shorts? I didn't know what they meant at first, because it's a culture of I tuck my hip and I roll my waist up 2 times. So I'm like, why not just get some shorts that's coochie cutters already? Then why you sit up there taking the basketball shorts that's cut the way it's supposed to be cut? And remember, see, this is the thing too that erodes their progress. They used to find players for untucked shirts. We knew this, and it was such a rule that it was like, you already know, bro. So that was a $500 fine before you even tuck it back in. You're going to get the letter at your locker, right? Cool. Mm-hmm. And they didn't let up. Or when the NBA put the suit rule in, they didn't let up because it was like, we just going to make a culture of it until y'all get used to this culture. If you letting them roll their shorts, that you know what they doing. You see what they doing. Why not just say stop?
But, and I don't want to, because you know why? Number one, WNBA still, as a whole, is not a 100%. You know, it's not in there yet. Like you said, I mean, like we was asking me earlier. Obviously, the NBA is not behind what you're doing. So they like, hey, if Ben wanted to look sexier, it's going to get more people to come to games. Let them do it. Because, dog, I don't know if you noticed this, but every single one of them, I'm not going to say every single one, an awful lot of them are like, hey, well, I got this in shape Cooper body, so let me go and throw some skimpy on there and get this thirst trap and stuff. I mean, your fucking Angel already come across my timeline in a few provocative outfits, I mean, and she looked nice in them, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, okay, if you want to be, and granted, men can't really do the same. It's not really the same because, dudes, first of all, hoopers, most hoopers ain't all that buff anyway, or they used to not be. Now they are more so. But even still, it's like you already see them, so it is what it is. We can't really thirst trap our way into more success because we truly judge by the work. Dwight Howard been swole his whole career. Ain't nobody getting no extra. Like, man, I think it's goofy. And chicks thought he was goofy too. And that was just that, So
but do it get in the way though. Like the balance. Like as long as it don't get in the way. No, for the women. Like for both. For anybody. As long as you can, so like say GQ-ness, like you said, like some old man, he's cute enough or muscly enough to be in GQ magazine or do spreads, right? And like you said, it's not the same as women. But I believe in this era, women are taking that because the bag is more. Put it like this: if your craft was to be the best basketball player you can be, but you get blinded by the success that it comes with. We didn't had stories like that in professional men's too, where they got blinded by too much of the glitz. But it seems like I don't want to say it. It's I just hope they don't take the because okay, just like we said, females is different. TNA, you can have more money when it comes to that. So I just hope I leave it like this. That one chick, Liz Cambridge or Cambridge, I forgot how she said her last name.
Right.
She went to OnlyFans. Yeah. Right. She went to OnlyFans because it made her so much more money because of the recognition of. She knew that people was like, oh man, she's a nice looking tall woman with supple body, even though she's playing. She knew that she can transfer over, make a bag. So that's all I'm saying is just, just work on your craft, even though the money ain't there. Like when it was in the 70s and 80s, these NBA players that are stars don't have the money that a bench player has now, and they got to just be okay with that. They came in the grow era. Yeah. They came in the 80s, like Magic. Right. Well, not Magic. That's a bad example. But Mark McGuire. Just anybody that was like, man, they was the shit. Michael Cooper. They're not gonna get the money and they got to be okay with it. And it seems like because the women are growing in an era where they see success already, they don't want to take the yellow brick road.
That's the main thing. Like you said, WNBA was the only show in town, so you didn't have to compare yourself to anybody else. You had time to grow, and you wouldn't. I mean, everything you got was the best you ever had.
There you go. And no, the best period. If it was an $800,000 contract, that was the best contract out there.
Moses Malone had the first $1 million contract. I mean, it was like, and that was he was the first person to make $1 million a year. Like that was the first cap, and that was in the 80s. So think about that. The first one, so it was one. And like I said, and he was $1,000 above the next cap. So you think back to that, Dr. J was there.
Scottie Pippen made more money than Jordan all the way into the last 2 years of Jordan's career.
I mean, hell, if it wasn't for the last 2 years, Jordan would have been Hot Rod Williams for Cleveland was the highest paid player in the league for a couple years straight. And I was like, yeah. Because think about it, that's what cats do. They do all that jumping in and out of contract. So it wasn't like, oh man, this cat just got, 40 million. You just got to wait till 4 years and see where it's at then and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, that was all the Jordan was killing people. This cat was making, I don't even know what it was. I know he's the highest paid player in the league. I'm like, dog, he's not even the fifth best player in the East. You know what I'm saying? Let alone the league. But yeah, like I said,
they turn.
That's the problem. They don't want to do that. And they don't realize that, man, like I said, the NBA, the ABA, all that stuff, celebrate. Was it 75?
Yep, 75, yep.
So 75 years. So 75 years ago is when it started. And Jordan retired in the 90s.
Well, like 2000, he came back, and then 2001, yeah, right, 98, for the Bulls, 98.
Right. So from 26 years ago. So basically, for the first 50 years, and think about it, Jordan got them 230 millions, which was
at the end, right?
Didn't nobody else come right the last 2 years, and he got it. And everybody knows he deserved it because of all the stuff he did. So it wasn't like somebody was coming back like, hey, man, well, if Jordan got 30, I should at least get 15, 20. Well, nobody doing that. Everybody, that's the Jordan exception shit. We still in the 10 million, we hoping we get 10 a year type thing.
Yep.
That was 50 years into the game. So when you look at where they were 50 years and then you go 20 more years and go, okay, now the salaries this compared to 20 years ago, and then compared to that, and then go, okay, now look at it that way. Hey, y'all y'all are already 40 years ahead.
Right.
Of the NBA the way it is. Matter of fact, probably more like 45. Because think about it, they're probably in the 80s, 90s version of equivalent of salaries. Because just because of what the NBA set up for them. And then they get all the perks, and now they got to travel better. They get whatever they should be able to grow their game exponentially in the next 25 compared to what the NBA was able to do. So everything they have is an advantage, and it's still not that good.
You're right, and they get subsidized. Still not that good. And they're getting subsidized, so they're getting help to further the NBA. Oh shit! You know what? Too. Hey, we're gonna probably have to wrap up in the next 2 minutes.
All right, hold on.
But, go ahead.
Real quick. Okay, so in 2022, the best attendance in the league was Seattle, 10,631. That was the average. The worst team in the league was Indiana, 1,775 people. So it went. Number one was 10-6. Number two was 7-9, 7-4 for 3, 7-1 for 4, and 5-7 for 5. And 22. 23. Las Vegas, 95-51. Lowest 3,006. Atlanta. Number 2. Phoenix 91-69, Seattle 89-29, Minnesota 77-76, New York 77-76.
Okay.
This year, Indiana 16-8-9-8.
Ooh.
Atlanta 4,638.
Why you do that? Why you do that?
So, number 2. So you go Indiana 16-8. New York Liberty, best record in the league, 12-7. The Aces, defending champs, 11-1.
Okay.
The Sparks, they're just LA, 10-9.
Okay.
Seattle, number 3, 10-6.
Okay.
And like I told you before, Indiana is 8 at 11-14. Chicago 9 at 10.
Okay.
But so your attendance went up roughly, I said on an average of 2,000 people from 2022 to 2023, 1,500 to 2,000 people. And the next year it went up, I would say go ahead and give it a good 2,500 to 3,000.
Okay.
So not bad growth over.
Right.
And then if you go for 2 years, it's definitely 4 to 5. I'd say I would dare to say damn near $4,500 to $5,000, be 5,000 in attendance for over a 2 year span. Now, what I did not look up was attendance of the NBA game. I'm gonna look that up right here.
It's like with
I just
shit.
want
The
to see.
NBA gonna be, but that's a nice jump though. From 22 to 20 to now, you went from it was almost. I mean, with all that in between, you damn near doubled.
And see, if you didn't have the pressure of another, if you didn't have the pressure of everybody saying you wasn't doing enough, then you wouldn't feel so bad. Okay. Let's see. Averaging 18,000 is the that's the average. That seems a little
Low.
that seems a little low.
Mm-hmm.
18,324. It was 18,077 the year before.
Man, cats ain't going to games either, huh? Ain't nobody going to
Yep.
games.
Hold on, no. Let's see something. I would really like to. Okay, here we go. Because I bet after the pandemic, yeah, pandemic. That's when no, yeah. After the pandemic, that's when no. Here it goes. Oh no, that's the highest. Highest NBA ratio every 10 years. Yeah, it's only 18, basically 18,000 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see. Hey, I was looking it up too. Man, I gotta do some more investigation because, like you said, and then I'm looking up like how you were saying with the like with this year with Indiana being seven. Well, not that's not the average, but they peak was 17,274, and like you said, the NBA with an average of 18. I'm thinking like, who has the highest? Hold on, NBA.
So 20,000. This is the average capacity of an NBA arena is 20,000 seats, which means
Okay.
2 years ago, Indiana was at like 10%. Or was that 20? Yeah, 10% of their arena's capacity. This year, they're more like at like 80%. That's 16,000, almost 17,000. So that's got to be 80. So that's like 80 some percent.
Hey, yo, look this up, which is crazy. Well, not look this up, but guess what I found though?
What's that?
Guess who got the highest? Because I was looking at the NBA's, but the breakdown. Guess who got the highest attendance? Motherfucking Bulls.
Yeah. I was about to say that don't surprise me.
I'm like, man, and then Mavericks is second, 76ers is third. But I was surprised. I would thought it'd be LA, but
Nah,
Bulls.
because think about this, bro. It's wintertime and spring in Chicago. First of all, I mean, come on, bro, it's Chicago. You got diehard fans, number one.
Man.
And then with the amount of tourists and people that you have in town, business people, all that other stuff, people going to the games for just to kick it and just to say I went to a
Yeah.
Bulls or I went to a pro game. So you have all the extra people there. When people come to LA, they're not coming to LA to go to basketball games unless they really come to go to basketball game because it's whatever. I came to see Kobe. I came to see LeBron.
Right.
Woo-woo. LA, they come to kick it. Same thing in Miami. Same thing in, even New York for that matter. But who was number 3? Philly. Philly and Chicago in the East. Hardworking, blue collar, same kind of weather. Hey, what you gonna do tonight? Hey, we're going to the Philly game. We're
going to the game.
Yeah, they doing the same thing we doing. And then Dallas, they got the biggest joint. Remember they playing Jerry's World?
Hey, remember I was in Dallas for that year. It ain't nothing to do. So it's like, man, you might as well go to a Mavericks game.
Well, I said, but don't they play in Jerry's World or no? They have their own stadium.
No, they got their own. Well, I don't know about now. I mean, because they probably. Okay. I mean, but they used to have their own stadium. I don't know about. Let me look.
I was about to say, I can see I can't see Mark Cuban wanting to share. Now that I think about it, I can't see that, especially now with Jerry Jones. Because as cool as they probably are as non-business partners, we probably get.
Hey, man, I'm gonna have to bone out. I'm just realizing, Shannon went over the time, but
all right, bet.
Man, no, this been dope. It's been dope, man. Shit, another. Shit, you got to end this for us, but I don't got no really last things to say, man. Shit, another one in the can, and we'll see y'all later.
Deuces.